In question 28, we're told that the diagram shows a sketch of the graph of y equals cos x, and for part A it says write down the coordinates of point A. Now, the fact that it says write down is actually quite key. It means there's nothing to work out, there's nothing to calculate, it's just one of these things that it wants you to recognize as a rule. And unfortunately, with the graphs of y equals cos x, sin x, tan x, it is a rule that you just have to learn. And the particular rule with cos x is, as you can see, so this graph is going between 0 and forward of x, so there's nothing negative here we need to worry about. And essentially this graph goes between, so it oscillates between 1 and -1, so cos x will always do that. And if this was to carry on and if this was to follow from behind, it would come like that, and it would always do that. The bits that you need to remember then are these bits here. So where does it first cut, where does it first dip down, cut again, peak, and it's always every 90 degrees. So that point A will be at 90. This point here then, where it's at its lowest, not that they're asking for it, but just to show you how it works, this would be 180. And then going on to the next bit where this crosses, again they're not asking for it, but just to show you how the pattern works, that would then be another 90 degrees, so that would be 270. So when it actually asks for write down the coordinates of point A, well, the x coordinate we know is 90. The y coordinate, therefore, since it's on the x-axis, the y coordinate therefore must be 0. Now, for part B, it says on the same diagram, draw a sketch of the graph of y equals 2 cos x. Now, the only difference between the graph of cos x as we have above and y equals 2 cos x is that it will be double in height and it will dip down twice as low. So actually, when we look at it, it will pretty much, if we assume that if we assume that 2 is about, that's not very good. Yeah, so let's assume that 2 is about there, and therefore -2 would be about there. The graph of y equals 2 cos x, again, it would come down from this point, so it'd still come down from this point, and it would still go through that. It would still dip down at 180 but twice as low, still go through 270, and it would kind of tail off like that. So it would essentially still go through the same 2 points. I know I haven't shown it very well, but essentially these points would still be the same where it's cutting through. The only difference would be that it would go twice as high and twice as low. So for that part B, we've sketched the graph of y equals 2 cos x.